Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you. Today in this video we will study some important questions and topics of class 10th maths. Okay, so let's start with chapter 1, real numbers. So these four questions, these four topics are very important for this session. First, consider the number 4 raised to the power n, where n is a natural number and they are asking can for any value of this n, any value of this n means any natural, for any natural number, can 4 raised to the power n ends with digit 0 or not. So they are asking this, and in the exam in place of 4 they can give any number. The logic is, you tell me if any number ends with digit 0, so it will surely divisible by 5. कोई भी ऐसा नंबर जो 0 से एंड हो रहा है, जिसकी एंड डिजिट 0 है, वो 5 से डिविजिबल होगा ही होगा. Yes, you can take any number which is which ends digit is 0, 10 or 50 or 2000. Means if ends digit is 0, the number will be surely divisible by 5. Yes, so if the base of this number is divisible by 5, means it has a factor 5, then we can say that it can end with digit 0. If this number does not have a factor as 5, then it can never end with digit 0. So this question student will come only in 1 mark, because इसमें solution कुछ नहीं है. There is nothing for solve, only you just have to write that since factors of 4 are 2 and 2, 5 is not a factor, 5 is not a factor of 4, therefore it can never end with digit 0. That's it. तो आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि जो भी नंबर है, एनी नंबर रेज टू द पावर n means any natural number, that number has 5 as factor or not. Okay, that's it. It's a very simple language, you can write according to you. Now the next very important topic of chapter 1, terminating and non-terminating decimal expansion and without actual division. All the types of questions are very important related to this topic. First, which that they can ask that this number will have which kind of decimal expansion, terminating and non-terminating. So if you are finding it by any method, okay, but you can find it by two methods, by dividing it, numerator divided by denominator, but if it is written clearly that you have to find without actual division, तो आपको थोड़ा सा solution उसका करके दिखाना पड़ेगा that you are finding without actual division. How to find without actual division? By finding the factors of denominator. But one thing which students always do the mistake, that before finding the factors of the denominator, you please reduce the fraction. It is very important. If you will not reduce it, it can give wrong answer. How? If we will not reduce this fraction, then factors of this denominators are 3 and 5, and you know, if denominator factors are other than 2 and 5, means 3 is there, it means this is non-terminating, it will have non-terminating decimal expansion. But if we will reduce it, then it will be equal to 2 upon 5. Now you can see the factors of denominator in the form of only 2 raised to the power 0 and 5 raised to the power 1, means only 2 and 5 are there. या तो 2 इंडिविजुअली हो या 5 हो या दोनों हो, doesn't matter, but any other number should not be there except 2 and 5. 2 और 5 के अलावा कोई और नंबर नहीं होना चाहिए. ठीक है, that means it will have terminating decimal expansion. So I am telling you, before finding without actual division that it will have terminating or non-terminating decimal expansion, you always reduce the fraction. Or they can ask by giving you only the factors of denominator, that it will terminate after how many decimal point. Suppose the question is 7 upon something, 2 raised to the power 4 and 5 raised to the power 3. So and they are asking that this will have already terminating decimal expansion because the powers are in the form of 2 and 5. Okay, but they are asking it will terminate after how many decimal expansion. So you will give the answer by taking highest power. Highest power is 4, so answer will be 4. Fine, that's it. Now the third main question is relationship between SCF and LCM. Earlier Euclid was very important, but this time Euclid has been deducted. So all the questions related to Euclid division lemma will not come in this session. Okay, but it doesn't mean that they will not give you the question related to SCF and LCM, because SCF we can find by any by other methods also. There are 2 more methods for finding SCF: prime factorization method and division method. They will not give you the questions which are related to Euclid, but it doesn't mean that they will not give you SCF. That's why this topic is very important for this session, and I think you already know that relationship between SCF and LCM is SCF into LCM is equal to product of 2 numbers. Now the last topic which is very important of chapter 1 is proving of irrationals, and for this topic also I want to tell you very important thing, that there are 2 types of question in this. That the question is prove that 2 plus 5 root 3 means any number is irrational. Okay, and the second type of question is prove that 2 plus 5 root 3 is irrational if root 3 is already irrational. Means in this question and in this question the difference is they have already given that root 3 is already irrational. Root 3 पहले ही irrational है, so we have to prove only that 2 plus 5 root 3 is irrational. But in this question nothing is given, so firstly we have to prove that root 3 is irrational. After that we will prove that 2 plus 5 root 3 is irrational. Okay, so this question will come only in the 3 and 4 marks and this in 2 marks section. Okay, so if root 3 is already irrational, how to prove that 2 plus 5 root 3 is irrational? Let's take, we always take contradicts. बच्चे स्टूडेंट्स बहुत कंफ्यूज रहते हैं इस चीज़ में. कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट्स मीन्स ऑपोजिट स्टेटमेंट. ऑपोजिट स्टेटमेंट वी टेक व्हेन we cannot prove anything by the simple method, so then we take contradicts means opposite statement. और अगर उस opposite statement को हम गलत प्रूव कर दें जो हमने लिया है, then already it will proved. Okay, so let's take that 2 plus 5 root 3 is rational. हमें इसका opposite लेना है, that 2 plus 5 root 3 is rational. If 2 plus 5 root 3 is rational, then it will be equal to of the form P upon Q. जब ये rational है तो ये इस form के equal होगा obviously. Now we know that root 3 is irrational. So root 3 we will leave this side and rest all the numbers we will shift right hand side. Okay, so root 3 will be equal to a minus 2 a upon b minus 2 upon 5. So what students do always that they leave this here? No, first of all you convert this in the proper form of P upon Q, then you can say that this is rational. Okay, so how to convert it? A minus 2b upon 5b. Now you can say that right hand side is rational, क्योंकि वो पूरी p upon q के फॉर्म में ही है. a minus 2b is in the place of p and 5b is in the place of q. So this is in the form of p upon q, but root 3 is already irrational, they have given in the question, or if they have not given, so you will prove it that this is irrational. So now we can write that left hand side is not equal to right hand side, because left hand side is irrational and right hand side is rational. If both sides are not equal, so our assumption was wrong, hence prove that 2 plus 5 root 3 is irrational number. So these 4 topics are very important of chapter 1. Okay, now let's start for chapter 2. So in chapter 2 polynomials, 3 topics are very important now in this session. First is relationship between zeros and coefficient of the given polynomial. Second, forming equations, quadratic or cubic, and problem sums based on sum and product of zeros. Earlier one topic was also very important, situation based question based on division algorithm, but this time this topic has been deducted. So we will study these 3 topics. I have written one question related to this topic, that find the zeros of polynomial 6x square minus 3 minus 7x and then verify relation. This equation zeros first we have to find out, but very important thing that polynomial first of all should be in the standard form. Okay, so first we will write this equation in the standard form, ax square then bx then c. Now you have to find the zeros of this polynomial. You can use any method for that. It is not written that you have to use any specific method. So I am using factorization method. 6 into 3 18 means we need 2 numbers, that subtraction should be 7 and multiplication should be 18. So 9 minus 2, 6x square minus 9x. When we will open the bracket, it will be positive, plus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Now we will take common, we can take 3x common, so 2x minus 3. From here we can take only 1 common, nothing is common factor of that, so 2x minus 3. Now 2x minus 3 is one factor and the another one is 3x plus 1. Okay, so zeros are, these two are the factors, not zeros. Zeros are the values of x. So according to this factor, the value of x will be 3 by 2, and according to this factor, value of x will be minus 1 by 3. These two are the zeros of this polynomial, and we can say that this is alpha and this is beta. Now we have to verify the relationship. So we know the relationship that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. So alpha is 3 by 2 plus beta is minus 1 by 3. Now minus b value, that's why I was telling you that standard form, the equation polynomial should be in the standard form. Now b value is minus 7 and minus is already there, minus 7 upon a 6. Now you solve it. 6 9 minus 2, this side also 7 upon 6 and this side also 7 upon 6. So we can write here that verified. Okay, easy. Now second topic is find a quadratic polynomial whose sum and product of zeros are given. Sometimes students listen carefully that they can give sum and product of zeros. Sometimes they will give you only zeros. So what to do if they have given already sum and product? So this is the value of alpha plus beta and this is the value of alpha beta. Okay, don't find it again and again. आपको लैंग्वेज पे बहुत ध्यान देना है कि सम और प्रोडक्ट गिवन है या जीरोस गिवन है. Okay, in this question sum and products are given already. It means this is the value of alpha plus beta and this is the value of alpha beta. If sum and products are not given, only zeros are given, then we will find out the values of alpha plus beta by adding them and alpha beta by them multiplying them. Okay, but now we can put the value of sum and product directly, and you should know the equation. What is the equation? X square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Okay, this is the equation, quadratic equation. So x square minus 3x minus 2. Sum of zeros value is 3, so minus 3x, and product of zeros values is already in minus, so minus 2. So this is your quadratic polynomial. One more thing, forming cubic polynomial is very important. Those who have taken the standard level, and cubic polynomial standard form is x cube minus sum of zeros into x square plus sum of zeros at 2 at a time into x minus product of zeros. Okay, x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma into x minus alpha beta gamma. Okay, means x cube, the standard form is x cube ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equal to 0. Is it clear? ये होती है आपकी क्यूबिक पॉलिनोमियल. तो उसका ये है, अगर आपको सेम उसमें 3 zeros गिवन है, देन यू विल फाइंड आउट दीज वैल्यूज, देन यू विल पुट, if already these 3 values are given, means sum is already given, product is also given, and sum of 2 zeros of product 2 at a time is already given, then you will put the values only. Fine. Now third type of question, problem sum based on sum and product of zeros, and I have written one type of problem sum, that if product of zeros of polynomial, this is the polynomial, and the product of zeros of this polynomial is already 4 given, then you have to find out the value of a. So how to do? We know that the product of zeros formula is c upon a. Yes, so it's already given that it is 4, c value is minus 6 and a, and we have to find out the value of a. So we will shift a this side and 4 this side. So a value is minus 3 by 2. Answer. So these types of problem sums are also very important. So these are the important topics and questions of chapter 2, and in the next video I will tell you the important topics and questions of chapter 3 and 4. So stay tuned. Thank you.